Welcome everyone, back again for another week, albeit just a little bit slower and a little bit later than normal, 6:33. I do apologise for that, but this is a show about harness racing and anyone out there will be able to understand this entirely. I had a horse caught in a fence at 5:45, so they can do it to us at the best of times, and that's possibly what our topic could be about tonight. There's no set topic, there's a few things I do want to bring up, but the ability of a horse to be able to, just got to shut that down, be able to, I suppose, throw a curveball to you whenever we are ready to do things and get things up and going. But please set the agenda tonight. There's quite a few things that are happening in harness racing as we speak. Hamilton Harness Racing today being bumped to Sky 2. What people think of that is one of the key topics. I think it's possibly a little bit disappointing for everyone involved. Queensland Carnival, what's been going on in Queensland Carnival, and also APG and their announcements during the week. Of course, I do a lot with the breeding, so I'll be interested to see anything that happens. Please look over my shoulder all the time just to see if people add any comments at any stage to the feed. So please feel free to get involved and get behind the show, have a bit of fun. Might only go for 5 minutes, might go for a fair bit longer, but yeah, as I said, I do apologise for being a touch late. It just that's what happens when you deal with animals. Unfortunately, the horse is okay. The fence could have been a lot better off, but we had to get it fixed, and all's well that ends well. So a little bit of a slow start. People like my hats, might like my jackets, and they actually might even like the back of the new paraphernalia here, as you can see there, which is going to be seen out and about when we get out and do our things. Campbell's Comments, Equine Digital Media and live streaming is the shirts. These have just recently been done by Darren Aiken, and of course with Kelly Stewart Mitchell, the safety specialist, fire servicing, emergency and exit lighting, testing, test and tag, first aid, but also apparel and workwear. Think outside the square when you want to brand yourself. Darren and Nat are only too happy. They were more than happy to go and chase up the Peaky Blinders for us. Might have had to do a little bit of an adjustment to this one, but yeah, I think it looks very, very striking with the logo there in the middle of it. So I must say a huge thank you to Darren, and I forgot his phone number, 0400 309 902. He'll be nervous. I told him I'd give him a plug tonight and a good run, but jackets are beautiful. He's catered for everything. The girls have got their stuff, all a little bit different. Holly's not keen on wearing a Peaky Blinder. I don't know why that is, but she's not keen to get behind it. But yeah, I'm happy to put it out there, and so far I have Timmy White. Yep, I could sort something out there for you, young Timothy. Don't you worry about it. I'm sure your other Kiwi mate's going to chime in as well. Good to see you there. Oh, yo me. I knew what you meant, Timmy. I didn't actually look at it very, very well. Of course, Timmy is from New Zealand. He contributes to the show, and quite smartly, he sent me a hat, or gave me a hat. So yeah, don't forget Timmy White Stables and all the guys down at Southern Bred, Southern Red with NZB. I'll tell you what, Tim, you're a good little throw a little what's a segue, that's the word for it there, because don't forget NZB yearling sales, and I've got stuff to talk about with Nutrien as well coming up. But the NZB sales, the nominations for the yearlings close 5 o'clock Friday the 29th of July, so that's fast approaching. So make sure you get your yearling nominations in there. I'm sure Timmy's got onto all of his, and if he hasn't, he'll be told. But of course the guys at Southern Bred, Southern Red will be well and truly front and center. They'll have plenty going on there, that's for sure. So busy time of the year for me, with quite a few announcements and that going forward. But please get involved in the show and help drive the topic and see where it does go. I'll be interested to hear and see what people actually think of you know, a couple of these things. But no interviews tonight, just got a few little random ones, and we'll go from there. Daz Aikens, he's a troublemaker. Timmy White's got all of his horses in. I don't know, Darren. Daz, I don't know if I'll be selling it at my apparel online store. That could be something for another day. I don't take myself too seriously in this show, but some people try to think that I do. We'll say Daz Aiken. Now, Daz sells some beanies. This is not one of his. Well, I don't think it's one of his. It may be. But my friends at Kilmore, And I know that Kelly Mitchell has got one in tomorrow night, Daz. I think it's in the second last. I can actually cheat because I have got a computer up here in front of me. That was actually the race which was. Yes, she is. Race 10 at 9:30 won't be too bad, Sir Ed. But the guys at Kilmore, they've looked after me for a long time over the journey. They're selling the beanie. So if you're cold when you get there, can thoroughly recommend it. I have a huge Buffont, as Daz will attest to, and quite a few other people will. And this is a very, very comfortable beanie. Fits very, very well. So if you're there, make sure you take a little bit of money, look after the club. I know they're building stables, and that fully enclosed stables. Have seen the blueprint for it. It looks super exciting. From a person who does a bit of media, looking forward to being stuck inside and nice and warm, going through there as well. So, yep, definitely get involved and make sure you support Kilmore. And don't know whether he's tipping Sir Ed or not tomorrow night. It is a $16 pop. Toro Stride is your favourite, or Aldebaran Demi as well for Chris Finozio and Chris Lang as well. Daniel Hibbard has just sent me a message to say that he's available because he won't be long. What I will do, we won't keep Daz for a long time, Darren for a long time, Daniel as well for a long time. If he answers the phone, that is, we've got to make sure of this. I do these things impromptu. Daniel, you are there, mate?
Yes, I am.
Rightio. I just said that we won't keep you for too long. I've got to turn you up so I can hear you a bit. Firstly, how are the greyhounds, mate?
Yeah, not a bad meeting. Pretty stock standard, restricted meeting. So pretty few upset results. I mean, there's a few shorties that got beat, but that's not really surprising given the level of racing. It's pretty competitive and pretty low class. So there's not much between the good ones and the better ones.
This is fast becoming the #1 show in New Zealand, mate. Michael House has already chimed in. He's getting involved as well. Cam Bray, the boys are saying he might be along soon, but I reckon he might be in bed, boys. I don't think Cam will be here. He'd be tucked up in bed, a little bit cold. A bit wet over there in New Zealand. Have you seen, we've got wet in Sydney, some of the pictures? I would be interested in how Timmy White's going, because I know he's a lot further south than Cam Bray, but Cam's been sending me some pictures of the snow. Have you been able to see any of the weather patterns in New Zealand at all, Daniel?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty horrendous, I can tell you that. So yeah, it's going along. Have you tuned into the show, mate? Did you see me hat that I had on to start the show?
I saw the Kilmore one that you put on. That was the only one I saw.
Which one? The Kilmore one?
Yes.
Oh, you're driving. I can't do that to you. Well, you'll have to go back and watch the start of it. Got new hats from Darren Aiken, so Daz is happy. I told him I'd give him a good plug. I reckon I've overdone it a little bit, but he's gone a bit shy. He hasn't responded back. But do you know that him and Kel from time to time just tuck themselves up in bed and watch the show? This is a true story, which is sad considering it's 6 o'clock at night when the show goes on, Daniel.
Well, we're really not strong. We're not that much that good of night entertainment as going to be sitting in bed watching us. I don't think we'd be getting that over out, surely.
No, I don't. I hope not. I hope not. We'll get a response from him at some time. I won't keep you for too long because the winter weather might be affecting the voice a little bit, mate.
It's been a bit of a pain in the bum the last couple of days, just a bit of a niggling cough that's around. But yeah, I think I'm on the other side of it today. Today was probably a good loosener, which is good. But yeah, the cold air is certainly not helping. And being a race caller, you've only really got one asset that you've got to look after. And if it starts to get a bit shaky, it can make the job pretty difficult.
Did you ever give me a hat? You never gave me a hat, did you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, why?
I was going to put it on, and I went looking, and I'm like, I don't think he's giving me a hat. So you give me a polo shirt, but just quietly, I ain't sitting here tonight in a polo shirt, mate. You got no chance.
No.
Timmy White from New Zealand, mate. He just typed in, just saw a penguin walk past his window. It's that cold there.
I flooded to Antarctica.
It is shocking over there. I don't know how Michael Houses go working horses. It must be trying for the guys over there. It's just a ridiculous blast that they've had. So I think Cam Bray was telling me there was somewhere that it snows there maybe once a year at one place. I'm not sure exactly where the place was, and if Cam tunes in, he might be able to tell me. But they've had 4 blizzardly blasts already, and they're predicting a couple more. So yeah.
Well, we're not really all the way into winter yet, so we've still got another 6 weeks of it. But really, the next sort of month is, I think, next 4 weeks is probably the ones where it'll really start to get nice and fresh.
I might have got into trouble with Daz and Kelly, mate. The mother-in-law's there as well, so apparently they're all sitting there watching it, but they're not tucked up in bed, which is, we'll just leave it at that. It's a G-rated show.
I'm not going anywhere near that. I'm not going anywhere near that.
Observations for the week, mate. What have we seen?
Look, you can't go past what happened up in Queensland in the rising sun up there. I think there's been a bit of chat about it, and I think we might have mentioned this on a previous show some time ago about really good mares or fillies and that sort of thing. And I think a lot of people are really spruiking and saying that she's one of the best that we've seen, and I've got no doubt that she certainly is one of the best fillies and mares that I've witnessed. But there's probably a couple of others that are still, I reckon, well, there's one in particular that's probably still got a nose in front, given the fact that she raced against some of the absolute elite champions in the boys department as well, and that's Taylor May Lombo. She's probably still got a couple of runs to catch up, but everything that she's done so far is first class. She's never had it easy. A lot of the time she's come up from pretty tricky draws to win races. So it goes to show that she's not a one-trick pony. And look, she was awesome there on Saturday night. They'll just look after her, and they've got no reason to push harder with her. They'll just keep picking and choosing the races they want to go into, which is fine. But the good thing is that we do get to see her race. She's not going to go to the breeding barn or anything like that.
No.
She'll keep racing a little bit longer, which is really good to see.
No, spot on, Daniel. And the exciting part about that was that Bill and Ann basically saying that they've got plenty of brood mares. This mare might just continue to race, which is really, really exciting, I think, for the harness racing industry to see a mare like her. She's just an absolute jet, that's for sure.
Yeah, she is. And I mean, the next test will be to see her against the open class. And she's going to get to that point where she's not going to be able to, hide in mare's grade or anything like that. And she's going to have to take on the absolute elite in big races. And that'll be the true test. But everything that she's shown so far would suggest that she's going to be more than capable of matching it with some really good horses.
Andrea Gorman's watching, mate. I do have a Charlton hat. Got no idea where that is either. I get into trouble for my hats. I'm in all sorts of trouble here with the hats at the minute, but that's okay. We'll get to that. But Charlton, Charlton are going okay. I'm hoping she doesn't bring up the punters thing because I'm just all out, mate. I got no idea anything. You talk about good mares and the likes, but Majida as well. Like, not a bad stable when you take 2 mares to Queensland for hit and run mission, is it? The quality of those two.
Yeah, well, she's sort of been the one that I think at times we sort of forget, because she'd often put in the odd run that you're left scratching your head and sort of wondering where she might be at, but then she comes out and does what she did on Saturday night. Your faith's restored in her. She's just that sort of horse. I mean, if she was, probably in another era, she might be, we might be sort of speaking in similar terms to what she does with Ladies in Red and the Tough Tillies, but she just seems to be the third and fourth, cab off the rank sometimes, and she certainly doesn't deserve that, because she's very, very smart.
No, she's incredibly smart. I'm getting a new hat from Andrea O'Gorman. I don't know. I got to do something with my hats. I've really got to work out some way of being able to display them a little bit better so everyone gets equal bang for their buck. I'm trying to stick to the beanies tonight, Daniel. I don't know why. It's one of those things in.
It's cold.
It's very, very cold. That's for sure. 888. I interviewed Greg Monday night, and the Kiwis are there, but and of course my friends at Woodlands. I don't even think I got my Woodlands hat. That's how prepared I am, Daniel, for tonight. But
Yeah.
I don't know if the show has only just started simply because I had a horse caught in a fence. The horse is okay, but we had to repair the fence and just threw a massive curveball to me. But Triple Eight, this son, he's a son of American Ideal, and I know his book's almost full there for the guys at Woodlands. But taking it to a new level every time he comes here, like he contested the Inter-Dominion in New Zealand. He was no stuffer by any stretch, and I reckon when he first came out, he was probably. Yeah, you see some horses grow another leg and other horses lose legs when they come over here from New Zealand. I think he sort of plateaued and just was, the same sort of horse. But he's exciting this time of year, albeit one step away from those real high class horses at the minute. But that was a super win.
I sort of, you go back when he first up from a spell. He won his first couple of races, and he did absolutely nothing in them. Like he was able to get to the front and basically dictate terms, and he was always in control. And then he got beat. He got beaten in a race where he was a pretty short price favourite. You sort of thought, oh, okay, where's he at? But you just knew that he's the sort of horse that just he thrives. I think to thrive on racing. And he might have got beat, but he was always going to derive benefit from those runs. And I know he drew bad, but I'm completely miffed at the fact that he started 20-1 in that race at Albert Park on Saturday night. I know a lot of things needed to go right for him, but he would have been the one horse that you would have been having, a few bucks each way on him as an absolute saver, because you know what sort of rate you're going to get from him. And what he showed was just the sort of horse he is. He gets conditions run to suit. He can just, sprint by them like they're tied to the fence. And that's exactly what it looked like on Saturday night. I am spewing that I didn't get any of the 20-1.
We were mucking around. We were just having bet responsibly. And what's the legal age you're allowed to bet these days? 16 or 18?
18, Paul.
18, right. So me and Marie were betting with $1 bets on horses, and Marie stuck fat. She stuck with Triple Eight. I can't remember who I backed in that race. I thought there was a bit of value. I didn't go with the favourite. I know that, Spirit of St. Louis. But anyway, and I said to her with a lap to go, I said, you're a chance in this, but you might just be that one cart further back. Well, he blew that out of the water. He didn't worry about that one cart further back. He just exploded, and he was just terrific to watch.
Yeah, it was an awesome win. And you don't see them win that wide out and do it so easy too. Like he switched off with 50 metres to go because he had them covered. That's the sign that it was a pretty top shelf sort of effort.
No, it definitely was. I won't hold you for much longer, but we banged on it about last week, Daniel, about this carnival and what these guys are achieving in Queensland at raising the bar. They're just doing an awesome job, aren't they? Like the way they're promoting it, the people they're getting up there, they're doing a terrific job, and they didn't rest on their laurels last year. They've improved it, and I think it'll only get bigger and better. And it's great for harness racing. I know there'd probably be some states that want to say, well, we can raise that bar, or we can do the same. But this is great for harness racing to see Queensland, right at the forefront of everyone's minds at the minute.
Well, it's a perfect time for them. I mean, it's winter in the southern part of the country where they've got pretty reasonable weather. I actually don't know what the weather's been like up there the last few weeks. But I mean,
wet.
Well, obviously wet, but on the most of the time it's generally pretty good weather at this time of year. So you're always it's the perfect time for them to race, and I reckon they can sort of set whatever programs they want to do, and they're always going to get good results. And they've just tweaked a couple of the races, created obviously one, and it's working for them. And good to see that they're getting the rewards with the sort of horses that have been going there. And I mean, that's the sort of thing. It's the doldrums of winter down here, so we don't really have too many races now, given the change of calendar. So it's well and truly their time to shine, and they're making the most of it.
I think that's the thing. Time to shine and making the most of it. You know, it's one of those ones. Daniel, there's some pretty exciting news coming out of the greyhounds as well the last couple of days too. Hopefully there's some more news in harness racing, but with their one prize money announcement today, but also their TV rights, they seem to have shored those up. So hopefully there'll be a follow-up with harness racing shortly.
Yeah, good to see that they've been able to get shore up that deal. I think there'll be a bit more information to come out about what's going to be provided and so forth. And I think punters will really want to know. Well, probably punters to a degree, but certainly participants are going to want to know what the devil in the detail is, because obviously we've got the Sky 1 and Sky 2 with the red and the blue channels, and sometimes the dogs get split between meetings, and timing is pretty average when it's some meetings clash with other Victorian events, which does nobody any good. So hopefully there's a bit of a bit of that sort of agreement has been come to in the new deal. Certainly the prize money side of things is really strong. The sport's in great nick at the moment. They're doing a fantastic job, and you've got to reward the participants because of the nature of the dogs, where there's a lot more lower class racing. It's important that they pump the money into those sort of races, and that's what they've done. So that's really, really strong, and hopefully there's a bit of positive stuff for the trot as well very soon.
And just on the trots, a disappointment, Daniel, today of Hamilton being bumped to Sky 2. The late notice of it basically on Monday. It's very disappointing to try and generate TAB turnover, and we always get held accountable. But when you're not given an even playing field, it seems bloody hard to be able to do.
Yeah, when you're not given that, when you're not given the opportunity, and it is a real kick in the guts. And people might say, the late version will say, there's nothing between the Sky 1 and Sky 2. Well, there actually is, because the Sky 1's their premium service, which gets pumped into the pubs and clubs and so forth of TABs, and it's the one that gets a lot of audio coverage. Whereas Sky 2, it's all your other races, and what term other, I think it's not really considered important. And a lot of the time, we get sort of booted to there, or the dogs get booted to there as well. And it does make it difficult. I think that's what they need to look at, and hopefully they have in the new agreement with Sky in the greyhounds, and certainly for the trot. You would hope that any agreement that's reached with it makes it better for participants and better coverage for the sport.
No, definitely. 50% less turnover, Sky 1 to Sky 2. That's how big a difference it is. Dale Brown said that today on the radio.
Yeah, and it is a big difference. And I mean, when you look, I do look when I'm in the box, before a race, and I might be calling on the dogs. This afternoon at Bendigo, we were on Sky 2 for the first 8 races, and the last 4 came across from sort of 4:45, about 5 onward. And the pools, they're at the start. There might only be a couple of $100 in the pool, so there's not much going in there. And of course, you've got all your other corporates that are betting on it as well. So it's a bit hard to sort of gauge how much money is getting invested. But it does make when you do get bumped to that blue channel, it does make it a bit harder.
No, it does indeed, mate. I'm going to let you go. The throat's struggling a little bit, so and I can hear the croak. I can actually hear the croak coming down the back, so I'll let you go. Rest up for tomorrow night. Sandown tomorrow night?
Yeah, Sandown tomorrow night.
Very good, mate.
Bendigo Friday, Bendigo Saturday. What do you think I'm going?
Bendigo Friday, Bendigo Saturday. You want to bed?
I'll be right. I'll be right.
Good answer. All right, mate.
All good.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll throw to an ad, and when I come back, I'll be on the Lone Ranger. Thank you very much, Daniel.
All right.
Woodland Stud takes pride in their involvement in the industry, both on and off the track, supporting harness racing through sponsorship from grassroots to feature racing, giving breeders access to world-class stallions who go on to produce world-class racehorses, selling progeny at sales from some of Australasia's strongest families. Harness racing is our passion, and we will continue to strive for greatness. Your success is our success. Share the dream with Woodland Stud.
Hi, I am back, and there is no Daniel Hibbard, and thanks to my great sponsors at Woodlands. I'll actually cover off on a couple of things with Woodlands today. Dangerous, son of Sweet Lou, made his debut at Hamilton Harness Racing and won. That brings up win number 26 for Sweet Lou this year. Individual 2-year-old wins. So pretty amazing little stat this season already for Sweet Lou. We've still got 6 months to go to the end of the season, so pretty impressive there. On Friday there'll be some more announcements, catching up with Mark Hughes and Belinda Richardson. We'll be doing a pre-recorded interview, but we'll be popping that up pretty early Friday afternoon, so stay tuned to that for a lot of important information with Woodlands going forward for this year. A big press. Don't forget they're celebrating 30 years, and as I said before, there'll be plenty more going out with the guys for Woodlands in lately. I did see I'm Bill's last one at Menangle yesterday for Robbie Morris, and when it went across the line, of course he won. He's by Sweet Lou. That's where they're talking about him in New South Wales. Go and have a look at that race. He's a Kiwi bred horse. The Kiwi guys will know about him, that's for sure. But yeah, he won. And they did that, and good to see What the Hill having his first win. His first win was a Group 1 winner. That was at Menangle. Just it was on Saturday night. Give me 2 seconds, I'll get it up. I know Robbie Morris. I'm pretty sure Robbie trained it. Dream Big, I'm High. Dream Big, Aim High. Dream Big, Aim High. Missed an A in that. By What the Hill out of Chevron's Sweetheart, who is a Love You. Great job Love You's doing, of course, for the guys at Harasta Trotters. Bred by John Gibson. Owned by Lucky Lodge, and yeah, that's his first win, What the Hill, for a 2-year-old, and he cracks a 2-year-old Group 1 win. So yeah, really great signs, and he's a horse going forward. He's a horse that I will be going to very shortly as well with one of our mares. So yep, we're definitely doing that with What the Hill. Nutrien, I need my green hat, and I need that one to jump off. And Nutrien with some really exciting news, and it'd be interesting to see how much people want to get involved with this or not. But of course, with APG pulling out of both Melbourne and Sydney, Nutrien have got quite a bit going on. So basically, I haven't resized that one, so that won't work. I can do that. Actually, give me 1 sec and I'll get that one done. That's a bugger. I just got to do. I can't do that. I got to just give me 1 second. I can't concentrate and talk at the same time. Some people find that hard to believe, but right, now it'll work. There we have it. I've got it fixed. Nutrien Standardbred yearling sales will be in 2023. Now they're going to be in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. Nominations will open for all sales on July 26th. Of course, go to nutrienequine.com.au to keep up to date. Follow them on Facebook or follow Campbell's Comments, and I will be able to go from there. I got more Kiwis watching now. I've got the father-in-law watching me from New Zealand. Hello to Darren Aiken's father-in-law, or Kelly's father. I'm not sure of his first name, but hello to you in New Zealand. Michael House and the rest of the crew have been very quiet over there, but I do have there must not be any shows in New Zealand. Yes, Darren, you're right. The #1 online talkback show is growing by the week. It could be the #1 talkback show in New Zealand as well, albeit that they're a little bit quiet today. But Timmy White, he is very, very smart. But very, very exciting with Nutrien and the announcement today of the Sunshine Stars yearling sales, run by Nutrien Equine at the Brisbane sales at the Magic Millions 11 and 12 of March next year. Really excited about it. I'm going to be there. And with the lead up, it's going to be huge next year for Campbell's Comments, with a lot of sales, a lot of preparation, get out there and do quite a few things. So we're really, really looking forward to it. Stacey Towers, will the Sunshine Stars be run in conjunction with the Rising Sun Carnival? Will make for a great carnival in Queensland. I can't answer that one for you, Stace. If Emio is watching, she'll be able to. A lot of that stuff has only just come out today. She might respond with a comment. If not, I will chase that one up, Stace, and we'll definitely get an answer for you in the new year. So it's really key component of that. I think what they're doing in Queensland is enormous, and I know they have had a real push to get Nutrien up there. So I think they're doing a very, very good job. And it's a little bit funny. You can actually see the delay in that camera behind me. I have a camera sitting right behind me, and you can computer, and you can actually see the delay and how big a delay it is going to Facebook. So sometimes when people write messages in, I don't get to see them because I end the show and they come up a little bit later. Aaron Brown, and yes mate, I did get on there. Paul, will Nutrien now run Melbourne and Sydney over 2 days given entries are likely to be significant? I believe Melbourne is confirmed at 2 days at the minute, but of course, Aaron, that will depend on the number of entries, and I don't have the dates with me, but I have seen there was actually the screen I've got up here in front of me, the computer screen did have the banner going across there before. Now it's up to my other friends. Harasta Trotters are on there as well with the French connection. They've got a few announcements coming out soon, but stay tuned. We'll probably have something coming out over the weekend. Might even do a Sunday session with Mark Barton, depending on what Barto's got going on. But yeah, we'll definitely get something out there, Aaron, and chase that up. But I did see Melbourne was advertised for 2 days, and Sydney is a watch this space at the minute. So all those dates will be confirmed in the near future. As you can imagine, bit of a curveball with the last week's announcements, and interested to see what people think of that. I know, you know, people say I bleed green. I work for Nutrien. I do a lot of I'm paid to promote their product. There's not a worry there in the world. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I do this show off my own volition. No one pays me to do this show. I just have a bit of fun with it. But a lot of people spread their horses, I suppose, had them across APG and Sydney, and I'll be interested to see how this reflects with them. Some people couldn't have the staff and the power to be able to take their big drafts to one sale, so to spread them out was very convenient for them. So I'd be interested just a bit of feedback, I suppose, from some of the people that may or may not be watching, and I'm going to sort of garner a bit more of that as we go over the journey. But it's just an interesting one, how it makes it all look. But it's exciting that Nutrien are there. Pick up the pieces and get things on the roll, and you know, probably a little bit disappointing for the people that have backed APG over the journey, and unfortunately for those guys, there is no APG in Melbourne and Sydney for the year 2023. There was a tease that they'll be back the year after that. Hopefully they are, but we'll have to wait and see, Aaron. But definitely by next week's show we will have that up. And we'll get that up and going from there. But yeah, just a little bit of a watch this space, I think, with that one, and go from there. But yeah, all right, I'm rambling because I was waiting for someone else to chime in with another comment on the sales series and the likes. But yeah, wonder how many people are thinking about heading to Queensland, Stacey Towers, after what you're saying. Don't forget, if you want to bring up a topic, as long as it's quarterly and concise, we can definitely bring it up. If we can get answers, we will. If we can get some people in, we will go from there. It's the #1 harness racing talkback show. I encourage everyone to get involved with it as you can. The Mark Hughes Foundation, don't forget to go there to Beanies for Brain Cancer too. I'm big on a lot of these great causes, and Mark Hughes, they do a great job. He has suffered brain cancer quite a few times, so don't forget to go to the Facebook page. You can just set there Mark Hughes Foundation, either as at and then all the words together, or if you type in Mark Hughes Foundation, you'll definitely find him there, and go from there. Nutrien have been a breath of fresh air, but disappointing we don't have multiple sales companies spreading the timelines and options for vendors and competitiveness too, Aaron. I agree entirely, mate. As a harness person, I better put a hat on. Oh, I better not put that one on just for the minute. I'll put this one on for the minute. But yeah, as a harness person that loves the industry, yeah, I think the competition was something I really enjoyed, and I did work for both sales companies last year or the year before I did anyway. But yeah, it was exciting, and I think it gave people plenty of options and plenty of horses to look at, plenty of ways to go there. But yeah, unfortunately for connections and everyone involved, it was you know, just they're not doing it anyway. So they will have, they've said that they will have Queensland sale and Western Australian sale. So I believe that's the way to go. I'd love to see a sale run like a traditional sale. Horses attending sale complexes, inspections and parades, but the actual auction online from Friday to Sunday. Some won't agree, but would be very interested to see how it went. Stacey spoke to me during the week about this one, and I love it. So the Oaklands Junction will have all the horses there. You can go there, whether there's a full-on proper parade going, or you just go there and inspect the horses, but they're all at the one property. But they go like the Yerby sale did just recently, where all the horses go on sale, and they all go on sale at the same time, and you're able to bid on them online, but you're also able to go out there. So it might finish at 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and everyone's allowed to go out to the sales complex and be there and sit there and watch. And you can watch it online. Obviously, when you're there, there'd be computer screens up everywhere for you to be able to keep in touch with it, but you'll be able to see your horses. And once you get outbid on one horse, you go, right, I'm going to go to this other horse and have a quick look at it before the entries close. I think it's good. Thinks outside the square, and it's something that could be really, really different for people to be able to get involved with, Stace. I think it's I think thinking outside the square is brilliant, and it's what I like, and I don't mind it. I'd be interested in people's feedbacks. There'll be, as Stace said, there'll be some people who don't like it. They enjoy just going in and bidding on a horse, but the world has changed. COVID's done that. So yep, awesome idea. Joe Pace, I didn't miss yours. It was just Stace's was there in relation to that. Don't know what's happened to the stallion levy. Very, very disappointing at the minute. No one's heard anything. I did an interview with Lee Miles today, and 2 weeks before the first pregnant mare arrives at their farm, it is a thoroughbred, but it's 2 weeks to breeding season. And yeah, I think it's getting out of hand. I don't know how people are meant to run a business in this manner, but powers it be, Joe, they will release the final things very, very shortly. I haven't heard, and I will be brutally honest, I haven't spoken to anyone about it because I've just been a little bit preoccupied, I suppose, is the best way to put it, with a couple of other things that I've had going on. But definitely haven't heard anything. I might reach out to some people tomorrow, and we'll just see how we go, if we do get an answer there, and go from there. Some of the notables, what we will do, I'm pretty sure I'm good to go to this one. Yep, look at that. Oh, what's going on here? That one's not the ones that I want. Maybe this one will do it. Yep, that's the one that does it. I keep bringing up different screens. That's okay. Don't know why that did that. But some of the meetings that we'll go through, and I like just to acknowledge people. I think some of the people, but please as well, anyone's had a winner through the week or known anything. Actually, very remiss of me too. Should have done it with Daniel there before, but passing of Eddie Welsh also during the week, and Daryl Hill's wife, I think it was, passed away as well in the Shepparton. But Eddie Welsh, of course, used to be in the numbers room up until COVID, and I think I saw there on the post from Macca at Shepparton that he was 92 years old. He may have been a little bit older than that, but he passed away during the week. So sad to see the white with the green shamrock won't be racing anymore. Well, Cloverleaf, actually, I got told today it's a Cloverleaf. So that was sad to see. And for a lot of Bendigo people, Stan Rutland passed away last week too, I believe. I don't have a lot of information on that one either, but I was told that happened there. Rightio, Philip Woods just chimed in there, and there's a report from the Breeders' Vic today, which I haven't had a chance to see that. So I apologise for that one. I possibly could get it up, but I've actually started something else, Philip. You're a bit of a... Is it on their website or their Facebook page? Don't know which way to go here. I think I'll keep going. I know what I'll do. Give me 1 sec. We'll go back to this, just in case I shouldn't have anything else on there. I just had to make sure that I had things under control. We'll see if we can bring it up, and we can all read it at the same time. If it's there, we'll just see how we go. Pardon me for leaning over, but that's what I do. I am a one-finger typer. I'm not. I've actually got better, but still a little bit slow. So I should have known that address. Of course, the Harness Breeders website is hbv.org.au. No updates just at the minute on that website. So no, the last update there was July, so there's nothing actually on that just at the minute, Phil. It may be on their Facebook page, and I encourage people to go back and have a look at their Facebook page, but yeah, it's not on that one, so yeah, can't help you there, but hopefully we might be able to get someone on next week or the week after, as I like to do from time to time, instead of people just listening to me talk a lot of Kevy got the chockies. Oh, hang on, one other thing, I'm going bad here. One of the biggest stories for the week was the fire at Rita Burnett and Monty and Netto, Mifsuds, the whole Burnett family. Unfortunately, they had a massive fire at their property, and of course lost a lot of equipment. They lost some horses. They also lost a lot of equipment and a few other things there as well. So please make sure there's plenty of places. There's GoFundMe pages. I know Horseland Bendigo, because I've done some stuff with the guys at Horseland Bendigo. You can just ring up those guys and donate some money. You can ring them up and say you want to buy 10 head stalls. They will take 20% off everything that's purchased, and they will also make sure that that gets sent there. It'll actually be put in the back of my ute to get there later this week, early next week. So rugs, headstalls, the whole box and dice are able to be sent there. So please make sure that you give very deeply for that. They're great people. Think outside the square too. You don't have to, it's not necessarily money. If you've got some old shoeing gear, hammers, wheelbarrows, you know, pitchforks, forks, there's so many things. I would imagine even feed buckets. Now, it's never been said to me, but I would imagine even feed buckets for these guys, because they have lost everything. So yeah, so please make sure you can give, and if you can give, make sure you can, and go from there. I've just checked, so I'm not sure. Philip said yes to their Facebook page or website, so I'm not sure exactly where that one is. So what I'm going to do, we'll leave that one for the minute, but we'll hopefully have a follow-up on that very, very shortly with the Harness Breeders Victoria. Phil, you have my personal phone address. Just text me a message as to where that is. Might be the easiest way, Phil, and we'll go from there. That'd be great. So, Lotta Kevy, where are we? Kilmore last Thursday night would have been nice and brisk, righteously for the Shins. Anton Galino, he's had a pretty good week. Anton, Cravoche Dior by Orlando Vici, Nathan Jack in the reins there. Joe Vassallo, Silent Revere, what a great win this was. This is a beautifully bred filly by Pegasus Spur out of Sunny Folly. James Surbiton and Joe Vassallo, great little drive. I actually watched that race live, and yeah, brave drive, and went terrific. Silent Riviere, it was a very, very good win. Captain Baranto for Nathan Purden, very impressive son of betting line. Chris Alford got him out in front, just kept him rocking and rolling and kept going along at a good speed. Jody Quinlan and Taylor Ford combined with Illawong, awesome. It's on the Facebook page. I didn't see it just then, Phil, but okay, we'll keep you posted on that one and try and find it before I sign off. Kafaji, Emma Stewart, Nathan Jack. I don't skim over those guys, but I try to highlight some of the lesser people, if you like, or people that you know, like, need a little bit more pumping up, if you like, I suppose is the best way to go. Trebler, though, a great little man she was, that's for sure. Queen Invasion for Richard Matthews. Daryl Douglas in the cart. Dash has had a few drives again this week. He comes and goes, but he's back driving. Colin Duncan and Lopez and Chris Alford. That was a front running drive special by Chris Alford, that's for sure. Keep him cracking. Jokes, Steve Matson, he hasn't had a winner for a little while. And Marianne Lafarne, they took out the second last, I think that was. I'm a Pop Star. Sonia Ma got the chockies with an Art Major. Chris Lang in the sulky. Dennis Payton and Brian Gaff. Lardy's son, Bacardi Lindy out of She's a Mason. She's a Mason is a lovely mare. Who has she left? She's Majestic, who didn't win a race, so it's not that family, but that's okay. Dennis Payton does a great job with his horses. Beaten Wildcat, Amy Tubbs taking the reins there. Ames is up in Queensland, as we know. They had quite a few in that, actually. So Bailey and James brought out the tail of that field. So they had three of the 7. Dennis Payton had 2 of the 7. David Van Ryn and Chris Engo, the odd ones out. You're Kidding and Majestic Signing. So quick wrap through of Kilmore. Don't be rightio. Breeders' Voice have put a Facebook post up. Thank you very much, Marie Newbury, and great to see Marie involved. Marie doesn't say a lot from time to time, but I know she watches, and she sits back and goes from there. I don't know why I did that. Why didn't I just do this? Sorry about that. People are probably getting giddy there at home watching this thing skim backwards and forwards, and go from there. Wagga Harness Racing Club, Campbell's Comments Pace is on there as well this week. So I love having a race named after me. It is really, I really do enjoy it. These 2 fields Friday, haven't had a look at these at all. Cody Rockenberger, great name in anything. She's a Queenslander. I'm tipping she'd be wishing she was in Queensland at rid of. Stephen Fennell, Cornella the race, the Yellow Bar Platinum Maiden with Loco Sheffield, and Talk Like a Lady. So Steve does a great job down from Mount Gambier, and Philip Wood, he'll be happy with Stevie going good. Nick Edwards and Shannon O'Sullivan, La Bella Figura by Louis does a good little job, actually. Louis for limited options. Ben Yole, Machiavelli, this would have been an up to 54, so it's getting through its classes a bit now. Machiavelli, getting something else sent to me now. Okay, so Blanche has sent me through some of the results. Right, good. I will get to that, Blanche. Leave that one with me for the sec, and I should be able to find that. We'll go through these results, and stay tuned for that other one. I'll put that up now. Icicle, Jackie Barker, knocks up driving winners. Knocks up driving over the countryside for Jeffrey Senior. What a great spread of winners we've had here at Ballarat. The lather up at Woodlands Stud Pace. What a fling. Brittany O'Brien and Karen Manning combined. Well done, Brittany O'Brien. Kez drives the odd winner from time to time. Sonia Mars had a good week. 2 in 2 days. Averlow, I think they're related too. Chris Lang again. Michael Barry, Cody Rockenberger running second. Sonia Smith, it was a night for the Sonias. Young, Gifted and Black by Betting Line. Betting Line's had 2 winners this week, so Sonia and Anthony Butt combining. And Jodie Quinlan's Sheffield Sparky by Major, owned by Michael Boots. Michael's been purchasing quite a few horses, so well done to Michael there, winning the last race at Ballarat, which was race 8. Mildura, plenty of people. A 2 and 3-year-old, race number 1, only had 5 horses in it. It's taken out by a Shadow Play at a mini bonus. That was offered up. This horse here was actually offered up at the Winter Woolies 2 years ago. Our Master Play, a colt by Shadow Play at a mini bonus, that was. So Andrew Vosick, Ryan Sanderson got the chockies on that one. Luke Watson, I think they got a treble actually on this day. I saw Mildura doing good things on their social media. Mildura, well done to you guys. DK's Major for Luke Watson and Kathy. They won the next race with Stonebridge Star, and 3 in a row. Don't worry about getting 3 winners, get 3 in a row. That's the way to do it. Indiana for Toby Ryan and Luke Watson combining there as well. So that's a nice little evening for the guys. Alex Ashwood took out race number 5 with Roberts Delight. Lockie Poffero, Guaranteed Secret. Guaranteed does a great job. Underrated stay in there. He's a beautifully bred horse. That one had a secret bonus as well. He does a very, very good job, Guaranteed, with limited numbers. So you're looking around for a value side. Don't forget about him. Shadow Terror for Ricky O'Brien. Alex Ashwood brings up a driving double. Kate Addard got Rock and Roll Ronnie over the line at $101. Aaron Dunn, taking the drive. Sandra O'Connor, good on you, with Sam Barker. And then Alex Ashwood brings up a treble there with Jasper in a double for the stable and a treble for him as a driver. Aaron Dunn brings up a double. I thought Kate Addard had a double. She won with Apache Win, and Aaron took the drive. Only 11 races. They generally have 12. They must have had a night off, the guys there. So very, very cool. Cranbourne, was the spot for the weekend. Lather Up standing at Woodland Stud in conjunction with Northern Rivers Equine. Don't forget the $100,000 bonus, and I'm just going to make sure I get them all, otherwise I get into trouble for that. But yeah, you breed to these horses, and in 3 years' time, if you can win one of the 2-year-old Vicbred finals, you will get a $100,000 bonus on top of the win for no money. And they are Raging Bull, Poster Boy, Yankee Rockstar, Lather Up, who is standing at Woodland Stud as well, and the trotter, Pastor Stevens. Pastor Stevens was one of the fastest 2-year-old trotters of his generation. So Raging Bull, Poster Boy, Yankee Rockstar, Lather Up, and Pastor Stevens all standing at Lower Long Farm. So make sure you keep up to date with that. That's sad to see that. Philip Wood just says there that it was a bad fall at Hamilton today. Danny Hill in hospital. So our thoughts and prayers are with you, Danny. Hopefully all's well. Haven't seen the fall and won't see it, but shocking news that, Philip. So hopefully Danny's fine. She's had a few falls over her journey, and she doesn't need too many bad ones. So all the best for everyone there. We will get to Hamilton in a minute, going there. Where are we at? Cranbourne, Blitzen, Alan McDonough having a great run at the minute. Keeps getting winners. Diane Giles, Jackie Barker, Sassiola got the chuckies in the high gain pace. Janine Stewart, Connor Clark. Need to highlight this young man, doing a great job, winning races everywhere, doing a lot of Ks, doing a lot of travels, and got a pretty mean haircut too. Must say, I like his haircut there. Alan McDonough, another winner there with Casanova. Jodie Quinlan taking the right drive on this horse. I think it was having its first start from New Zealand. There's big expectations on it. Started short. It possibly needs to lift a little bit because it nearly got beat on the line there, that's for sure. Young Buckian out of Copa Goodwin, one of the broodmares. She was nominated for Broodmare of the Year this year, and didn't get there, but she was nominated that. Brownlow Prince, Anthony Crosland in the cart, got the chockies over Who's the Man, the more favoured one. Oh no, it wasn't actually, but yeah, Chris Finozio be enjoying that. Well Defined was a nice little run again after being checked early on, so good third there for Well Defined. Humble Lad was your favourite, got beat a little ways as well, so it was an interesting race that one. Powder Keg give himself no chance for Lisa Miles. Aussie Playboy, Sanderson, Quinella, Ryan and Abby. I'm sure Abs would have enjoyed that, getting up and beating her brother right on the 9, and with the stablemate Interest 3 in third. Stable's going enormous, Abby's going terrific. Just interested, yeah, she did cop a suspension with Kakanui, unfortunately, in the next race. So that's what happens here. But Joe Pace is on there. He'd be super excited with Supreme Dominator and that run. He did an awesome job. He was inconvenienced. There were some huge runs in that one. There was a bit of a scrimmage. Bondi Lockdown was great. Better Be the Bomb was good. Shorty's mate he was good, okay as well. Kakanui was possibly a little bit disappointing, but probably did a little bit too much work going forward. So I'm sure Joe, if he's still there, would be pretty happy with the way Supreme Dominator went on the weekend. And then Sonia Smith, Anthony Butt with Lady in the Sky, taking out the last. Kieron, I thought Kieron went quite good actually. It was a nice little run for him. So yeah, hopefully Peter Lane can get him back, because he's a lovely horse, Kieron, and has done plenty over the journey. He's getting a bit longer in the tooth, but that's okay. Swan Hill, Jared Maloney and the guys there would be happy. Abby Turnbull with Cash Boost. Smart marketing, don't worry about that. Mandaberry, Clinton McSwain, I can't ever get his name out, but follow them on Facebook. You'll know when they break in one of their horses. Take a lot of pride in it. They put a post up almost straight away after Cash Boost took out race number 1 at Swan Hill on Sunday night. Ashley Markham did an interview with Ash last week. If you want to know a bit more about Ash, go back to Campbell's Comments interviews and you'll see it there. Got one better. Mark Boyle by Better's Delight stands at Woodland Stud. Lost in a Storm took out the 2-year-old, only a 4-horse 2-year-old, and I think you'll find that all 4 of those horses go pretty good actually, by Captain Treacherous out of Ashy Whitby. But Surfing Makes Sense, that brings up 2 starts for 2 seconds, and then I know Caterpillar Rescue for Shane Sanderson and also Joe Got Rolled, 2 horses that they both have a fair opinion of, so hopefully I think that'll be a good form race. Alan Tormey won with Aussie Joy beating Abby Sanderson. I'm sure Al was happy about that, with Ryan coming in third. Race number 5, the Coin Spot Pace, the Kingsman for Karen Manning. beating Rockin' Bugatti and A Million Promises. Pray Tell won the race number 6, which is one of those Elabar Vicbred Platinum races with Alan Tormey in the card. Again, Alan got a double there. And Gucci, this was a nice little drive out in front. She got away with a bit of murder there. Shannon O'Sullivan, 32.3 and 31.5 for the 2 quarters. Stacked them, packed them and racked them. She did a great job there, Shannon O'Sullivan, taking out the last Cobram on Sunday. Some really good ones there. Hat suits me. I've got me real. Nigel Armstrong chimes in. The Kiwi. I've got the real one. Don't you worry about that. Dazzling last quarter. Which race was the dazzling last quarter in, Stace? And we'll go from there. But I got the big hat just because Nigel's tuned in. Haven't spoke to Nigel for a while. Must do an interview again with Nigel. He's a great interview, Nigel. Very random. We could end up anywhere. David Kennedy and Jackson Painting, these guys are in New South Wales, having a huge run, winning races everywhere and blazing home by Rock and Roll Heaven. Took out the 2-year-old race there, 27.4 last quarter for that one. Oh yeah, that's right, 25 and 7 for the 2-year-old. That's right, at Swan Hill, Stace. Thank you very much. 25.7. They don't go that fast. I've never had one go that fast. Be one of those things that you'd want to put a hand up and see how many people have had one go that fast. So glad to see Timmy's happy. He's happy with the hat back, so I'm happy with that as well. Lagom, Mick McMahon and James Herbertson take out race number 2. Eddie Tapp, Abby got the chockies. I tell you, the runner, probably one of the runs of the week was his Philly Millie. We'll get to her in a minute at Bendigo the other night. Terrific little run. Eddie's having a great run, which is terrific to see. Shane Hallcroft, the Clock Winder, of course, another New South Wales visitor there. Russell Jack with 19th man by Captain Treacherous now to No More Trouble. Nathan in the cart there, beating Raw for Roscoe by a half neck. That was in the 3-year-old race. Peter Emirio, good watcher of the show, unfortunately. Last and second last, Pete. So hopefully things will be on the up. Maybe need another TV. We won't go there. Okanui Beach for Damien Wilson. Damien does a great job, I think. Unheralded a lot, mainly because he doesn't like interviews, but that's okay. Marie Newberry, she's on there. Congratulations to the Newberries for Cabo Cruz, Mr. Feelgood. She's minor, taking out race number 7, beating Russell Jack and the likes there. Michael Towers running last. That's, I think, related to Stace. Stace will tell me if I'm right or not. Dizzy G, love this horse by Sweet Lou. That is a plus 2, but I've just really got a soft spot for this horse. I really like him. Laura and Cody Crosland combining there. Secret Identity, the Rock God, running 2nd and 3rd. Danny Thackeray, great to see Danny getting a winner. Doesn't train a lot of horses, Danny, but getting the chockies there with Treacherous Saint for Nathan Jack. Stacey Towers, Victor the Inflictor. Mark Lee and Stace combining. Only got beat a half head, $41. I trust she told Nathan off across the line, Stace. I would have thought so. Michael Towers is no good at all. And that's the one. Race 9, I think you'll be talking about Peter Emirio. Are you or not, Stace? Did you have a horse in race 8? No. It was race 9, Pete. Pete's put a chimed a little thing in there. Check out Stace's 3-year-old in race number 8. So it might be one to go back and watch there. Victor the Inflictor. How many starts has he had? 1 start for a second. So I'd say Pete's found one there, and we'll have to wait and see. Thank you very much, Nigel Armstrong, giving me some dressing hints more to cover the face up. Rolling another Kiwi. This is the #1 online show in New Zealand. This is I'm gonna have to put some more adjectives to this. Officially, don't take me seriously. I don't take myself seriously. I just have a little bit of fun and try and highlight some people. Rose Wiedenbach, I reckon she had a winner last week. Good to see. And Rolling Ramona, I'll go with there by Petrock. Taking out race number 10 at Cobram on Monday. 2 more days to go, but I know it was Bendigo last night. I've actually done a little bit of form here around this. Stace hasn't commented on that. Maestro for did the right thing by Cambrai. I haven't Haven't had this one on for a while. That's Mark's horse. Is it the Man Shed? Mark Lee has just pointed out to me that Victor the Inflictor is actually Mark's horse, not Stacey's horse. It might be the one that's going to build the Man Shed. We might leave that one alone a little bit, but never know. Horse to follow, Peter Amirio. You might be in trouble too from Mark when you see him going forward. Maestro was a great win. Love You at Alar Touranor. Dennis Bice and Brenda Bice actually bred that also. Yeah, it was a good win, and I think he's got quite a few more, of course, by Love You. Love You stands at Harasta Trotters. Mickey Blackmore, this was a great little race. This, I think, good form race, albeit Cormaya was in a naughty mood, and according to Lockie, a really naughty mood afterwards. She misbehaved, but this bit of Irish luck. Father Patrick keeps getting the job done here, there, and everywhere, and of course, Pastor Stevens a half to Father Patrick. Mick Blackmore and James Everton. I like this filly. James sat down on her, and I will say the run, this is also, I think, to follow. Little Millie here for Eddie Tapp. Got home terrific. Still balancing, still learning a caper, but did a good job with that. Marie Newbury was pretty happy with our boy winning. Only his third race start. 5-year-olds had plenty of injuries. 7th from 8th foals. They're the stories I like to see. So 5-year-old and giving plenty of time going there. Stace, I think you want to get Victor the Inflictor to be to go there, and obviously he must have showed off before the race as well. Might have given Stacey a hard time, but yeah. Sore point with Mark, I think. He needs his man cave going there. Rainmaker, Taylor Yole, well done to her. Take out race number 2 at Bendigo. Taylor does a good job. She drove quite a few winners. She lives in Bendigo. She's driven quite a few winners there at Bendigo. That one for Laurel Mile, so well done there. Nikki Nana, a group of owners with Robbie Orber and the rest. Captain Treacherous at a Nikki No for Jackie Barker again. That's why I pointed out that name. She's winning here, there, and everywhere. Been going plenty of places around. Guilty by the Beach. This horse has come back terrific. Michael Bellman and Kari Miles bringing up a race double, beating Leah, a horse with a little bit of ability too, a Kiwi horse, very well bred Kiwi horse. Pony Ears. There must be something going on here for these guys at Cobram. I'll keep you posted, everyone else, but we'll get in on the joke eventually. Maybe had a little bit of trouble with the ears by the sounds. I'm not sure there, so we'll find that one out. Guilty by the Beach. Craig Turnbull and Abby Turnbull, Fresco, they're having a great run. Bred by Rhiannon Park. They're the Pools. That's actually bred by Dean. I'm not sure who the S. Oh, that's Blanche, because she's a Susan. That's right. I think she's a Susan or a Sharon. Susan. But anyway, I know that's Dean and Blanche Poole. They're winning with Al Fresco, so they'll be wrapped in that, and they're in the ownership as well as Rebecca Cartwright. So they're quite a few. And D Terry, I think, would be Sue Terry's partner as well. So yeah, good group of owners there, taking out the Woodland Stud Pace. So well done to you guys. Sarah, yeah, I thought it was Sarah, but yeah, well, at least I got it right, Stace, in the end. I worked my way through it. I do that a bit. Rebel Stoke brings up 2 in a row. Daughter of Quackerjet, Anton Galino, as I said, they got a double, 2 winners for the week. And Mick Blackmore's had a great week with Yankee Lover, who won at Cobram a couple of weeks ago, and then comes in at a nice second there in race number 7. And then give it a try. I'm going to maybe get a little bit controversial here in a minute for Chris Lang. They've had a good week too. Chris and Sonia, they've had 4 winners so far for the week, I think, and another one by American Ideal at a Lagoon Lady for Richard Matthews. That's the last of the $9,000 races on the card. $4,500 races, with the last being at 11 o'clock at Bendigo last night. I just think people need to look at this for participants and getting participants doing the hard yards. I think it can be very, very hard. Marie Newbury, our horse, did a lot of standing on its back legs in the parade ring, shook his earplugs out, took about 3 of us to get them back in. Yep, I love horses. That's good. But so that was right. So that was 2 different horses. Right now I know where we're going. So we've got 2 different conversations, but it's all good. Come on, Carly, Darren Rowney, Nathan Jack. Horse with a lot of ability by Red Samurai. Red Samurai is by Love You. Got a lot of ability, this horse, but it can be a little bit of a troublemaker. Nathan Jack has definitely sorted this one out. Ray Cross, Countess Chiron. Jack McKinnon combined. So well done there to Ray Cross. He does a great job. Gayleen McKinnon, she chimed in beautifully with that one. Stace Towers may not have realised the last 4 races were 4,500. It's good luck to the winners. There's no problems there, but it is a late night, and it was cold last night in Bendigo. Swami Lass for Brad Stevens, Jason Lee. There you are. Jason would have had a 3-hour drive home at 10:42, so he wouldn't have got home until very, very late. And I know it's their choice. James Herbertson, another one. Probably had the best part of a 2-hour drive. But Choose Reactor got the cash for Mick Carbone, and they're the sorts of things that we want. But yeah, I do question 10:55 on a Tuesday night in the middle of winter. I think we could do better than that for participants. Maybe spread some of those races out to Hamilton's and a few of the other places. So go there. Now, Hamilton today. Firstly, Sweet Lou, as I said, brings up win number 26 for Sweet Lou and the guys at Woodlands. This was for the Lowrys, people from Birchip. They're very passionate Birchipites, these guys that get involved. So Shane Sanderson and Ryan Sanderson combined there. Courtney Slater, I'm going to point out Courtney here because the day didn't start off that good. She's ran the last 3 placings in the 2-year-old and beaten a fair way on all 3 occasions. So I'm sure she was probably scratching her head a little bit, Courtney, but the story gets better. Maida Killen, 2 from 2, I think, for AJ Tyndale and Greg Sugars, doing a good job with their horses, AJ and Bo. And this horse has been a little bit of a problem child, but he is definitely getting there. Started short enough today. Now, Courtney Slater, Teddy Runkle by Rock and Roll Heaven, owned by a good group of people, bred by Bruce Edwards, been by out of Magic Z Tam, which makes it Tam Major, I think. She's a half to that one. So Teddy Runkle wins the Taylor Motors motor-in race number 3. Then she gets up with race number 4 in Morello Magic, Glenn Craven in the cart. Sunbeat Somewhere out of Staretta. Rob Morello and Sam Godino own this horse, so she won 2 in a row there today. The Matthews Petroleum at Hamilton maiden pace, so things picked up pretty good for Courtney after that. So she got a double. She took 5 to the races, and yeah, ended up with a double after a disastrous start to the day. But we all have those. Everyone that trains horses knows how that works. Telemarcus, Nathan Carr, trains a small team of horses. Nath does a good job, breaks in a lot of horses as well, and a very underrated trainer for mine. He got race number 5 today at Hamilton. Interestingly enough, another $4,500 race. Race number 6, Aim for the Stars, Kenny Tippett. Ken's been here, there and everywhere. I think I saw him in New South Wales the other day, actually, at Menangle. Race number 6 there for Ken. Michael Stanley, he also has got gear recently from the safety specialist, and I'll remind people about that. But Mr. McClintock by American Ideal out of Bodine Firefly, a Kiwi. As I said, this is the #1 online show in New Zealand as well. Anyone wondering where Gayleen McKinnon comes from? New Zealand, just had to put that one out there. Connor Clark, another young man doing the hard yards with Era Pool. Falcon Steel Star, horse trained by Jeff Webster, won race number 8, and it appears that race number 9 was declared a no race, and I didn't see that race at all, but it appears that's the race where Danielle Hill. So hopefully, not hopefully that she's the only person, but hopefully for everyone involved that they're all well and everything is okay. So I didn't see that race, but and thoughts and prayers for Danny Hill, who's had her fair share of accidents and crashes. So we don't like seeing that in any way at all. Must go through and have a look at a few of the Cobram races. We'll probably need a bit of the preamble and a bit of the start, so and go from there. Be interesting the TAB turnover at Hamilton today too, because as I said, it was put onto Sky 2, so we need to do something. Daniel highlighted it last week or the week before about the amount of horses that sneaking over to the border at Wagga. What I might do, I haven't had a look at these, I just know there is a race called the Campbell's Comments Pace at Wagga, and so when people will do those right things by me, Greg Gangle and the guys, I like to look after them. Might just have, didn't flick the screen out, we'll go over to this one. We'll just have a quick look at how many Victorians might be sneaking over the border This was on Friday, and so far we don't have any, but they're racing for just under $10,000 there. Rodney Woodhouse. Fifi on Fire was recently offered up in the Nutrien online sale for them, and they had a reserve on it. Didn't meet the reserve, so she's having its first start back there. Brooke McPherson almost won a race at Menangle the other day. Stacey will tell me if I'm right or not, because I think I was talking to Stacey at the same time as that was on. So far, I've made this big call about all these Victorians going over there to the races. We've got another S Towers in the driver's book, Sarah Towers. Always fun when you get two lots of those. And Michaela Towers. The Towers are taking over that race. The Welcome to the World Millie Jane painting. So congratulations to the paintings. And yeah, the Towers are taking over that world. We need Stace to jump across the border and get there, pick up a drive in race number 3 for us, Stace, and we could have 4 Towers in there. So it appears that Friday afternoon the Victorians don't want to go across there. So the Harness Racing Trading Ring, Nathan Jack and Russell Jack, there we are, 321. They're snuck across there for the $10,000 race after this big call of all these people going across there. But yep, Peter McRae and Trevor White, they're becoming quite a formidable weapon at the minute. They're there. So there's another one, Hayley May Duck. Welcome to the world as well for you as well. So there's another new one in the world. So a lot of babies being born in Wagga at the minute, that's for sure. But still, no more Victorians there. Nathan's the only one that's going up there, and there they are again. 19th man that won at Cobram the other day, so they're going across with that. I will all about changing hats. Madawi Lodge, Tiger Tara at Madawi Lodge. Peter Ramirio. But Pete, you're a New South Wales man, I think. I think you live in New South Wales, but I'm not sure, because otherwise I've missed you. Dave Farrah's actually going there as well. Going through, so he's going across with Always Be Chloe for Thomas McGilligan. The Campbell's comments page now, change hats to look after the sponsors. I've got the interesting to see what Nigel thinks of this one. He wouldn't have seen this if he's logged in late. If he's still watching, I'll know. But this is the Campbell's comments hat. We've got no Victorians in that one that I can see from the top of there. There's a few horses that could possibly be the Omen bets in them, but I might just leave them alone. Always cannot believe the name of the number 9 got through there in Nobby's Clock for David Kennedy and Rodney Coeli. Quite an interesting name, and lucky I'm not a race caller, because I would get it wrong, that's for sure. But yep, didn't mind Suits, so Harvey Specter could be one there. There's a few names there to go with it. Russell Jack with Mr. Perfect. It's a horse that I quite liked after its second win, but just levelled off a little bit there in the Tab venue. Not worrying about the Tab, they get enough sponsorship promotions as it is. So there's Peter Ramiro. Are you a New South Welshman? He is a Victorian boy. Well, good luck to you, Pete. What race are we in, Pete? Better go back and quickly find Pete as I go through. It's quite off-putting this when you do it. Ah, there he is. Miss Kontiki in race number 4. Thank you, Terry McMillan. He's got young Pete McRae, who's driving up a storm at the minute, Pete. So, and I'll be in trouble if he's only got the 1 in. I'm okay, but if he's got 2 in, I'm in trouble because I can't see the second one. But good luck to you anyway, and hopefully you can get a winner, Pete, going forward. So yeah, I like that. I also, as I said, don't forget though, the most important race for the week. Where is it? There, the Campbell's comments page. I should get him to change it to the number 1 online talkback show in harness racing there, race number 8. But in all seriousness, I don't take myself that seriously, so just have a little bit of fun with it. But good luck to everyone. I'm telling you, the Omen bet actually is Michael Towers, because I've spoken about the Towers that much that it just wins there. Yep, I'm Harvey Specter. Yeah, we'll leave that one alone. Okay, back to here with that. Can do it that way. Got to change a few of these things up. But rightio, bit of a wrap for the night. Don't forget Nutrien sales dates, and the open nominations begin the 26th of July. very, very quickly, and just go to the Nutrient Equine website, and go there, and you'll be able to get all your information. But as I said, 26th of July for those. Actually, one very close to my heart here as well is for anyone in Bendigo that might be watching, and I know there may not be too many people watching this, but support MND Sportsman Night. A good mate of mine is suffering from this shocking disease, so please get in touch with Julie on 0428 250 786 if you can get behind that. But yeah, support MND, try and find a cure. It is shocking, and Alan Gaskill, used to be from Sky Channel, has been doing a little bit of Twitter. He's got a good mate that's actually got it as well, so please get behind that shocking disease. The guys at NZB sales closes on the 29th of July, so make sure anyone in New Zealand, as this is fast becoming the #1 online talkback harness racing show, geez, it's a mouthful, in New Zealand as well. So people, make sure you're aware of that, at the end of this month that they close as well. And that's a little bit of a wrap. Stay tuned to the coverage in Queensland. I think what they're doing up there is terrific, and they're doing an awesome job, and I appreciate everyone getting involved with their comments and their feedback. Really do enjoy it. Be back next week. Starting to get a little bit harder because the days are getting a little bit brighter, so I'll have to jiggle around with my times, but I enjoy it. I enjoy having fun, and while people are getting back and getting involved in it and watching the show, I'm going to keep doing it, but please don't take it seriously. I almost got in trouble because they might be perched up in bed now. The mother-in-law may have gone to bed. She may not have, Darren and Kelly Stuart Mitchell, but there's Aiken from the Safety Specialist. Make sure for all your apparel, 0400 309 902. Get in touch with the guys and go from there. Just don't ring too early by all accounts, because they go to bed pretty early, but that's pretty impressive. The shirts, they done the beanie, the mark on the hat. Didn't make the hats, that's for sure. The jackets, also got sleeveless vests and quite a few other things, so they're going very, very good, and go from there. Jeff Gliddell's got involved. I was entered but didn't get a run. Rightio, this is relevant. So Jeff Gliddell was entered for Wagga. He was entered, didn't get a run, had to come back for a $4,500 race in Victoria. 40 horses given a start for that very well supported NS. New South Wales, yes, they are. They definitely are New South Wales. They're doing an enormous jobs. I think that's what that means, Jeff. 40 horses given a start for that very well supported. I'm not sure the NS noms, but yep, I don't mind the $4,500 races, and I understand we have to have them, but I do just worry certain times, and I think 5 minutes to 11 on a Tuesday night at Bendigo in the middle of winter, that's when I have a worry about it. I reckon Jeff's horse might be at Shepparton if he's had to come back there, because he wouldn't be heading to Ballarat, I wouldn't have thought. So I'm just going to go through and just quickly see if I can't find Jeff's horse to see what race it might be in. There he is there. Fantasy Beach is in a 4.5. The Vale, Eddie Welsh. So yeah, as I said, condolences to the whole Welsh family. And I'm sure anyone in Shepparton would be aiming to try and win that race. But yeah, he's taken on a $4,500 race, missed out on the bigger races over there, which might be a reason why there's not as many Victorians over there, Jeff. They might be getting a bit stronger, though, races at Wagga. Stacey Towers is in that race as well. Rose Wiedenbach, there's some informed stables in there. Don't you worry about that. So it'll be an interesting little race. So good luck to you, Jeff. And you've got a man that's driving very good as well, Jeff, in young Brad Chisholm. He's doing a great job with limited opportunities. So he's a good young man, that's for sure. And going on. All's very good. All right. That's a little bit of a wrap. Big meeting at Shep. 2-year-old is the last race there. Captain Hammerhead for Rodney Lakey. What a well-bred horse that is. Geez, there's one to look out for in the last at Shepparton. I'll bring that horse up there, but being captain at a Rogers Passion, and Rogers Passion, I am pretty sure, yeah, is out of intrude. She's the mother. We'll go through it. It won't take long. People can log off the show anytime they want. They can come back into it anytime they want. Okay, Roger's Passion is out of Intrude. Intrude is the one that's left plenty of winners, but it is a great family, that's for sure. Bella Joy is a mother of, I can't think of the horse's name, a horse that Eric Anderson and Glenn Douglas had, but you can see there, Make Mine Cullen, the winner of 40 races, $874,000. Billy Badlands going right through. So really, really good family. And that's going to be a keenly looked at horse. So that is obviously, I've got to go back a couple, just give me a sec. Captain Hammerhead, who's having its first start in the Saddle World Shepparton 2-year-old maiden at 9:42 on Sunday night at Shep. I think they race Sunday and Thursday this week. Under the Mattress, there's another well-bred horse, Tizzy Lizzy. Ian Ward for the Black Shores. Of course, Under the Mattress is the mother of Smolder, amongst many others. We better have a look at My Ultimate Rusty by Art Major Zagami, and I think Zagami has also left. It's a Kiwi horse, but it may have been one of those horses that is either a nice racehorse. No, only won the 2. I might be wrong here. Might be the wrong horse. But I thought Zagami, Hundi Fabrizio, it has a nice pedigree, but it's not the horse I was thinking of, that's for sure. 11 wins, 8 wins, 16 wins, so done a terrific job. Very, very intriguing little 2-year-old race there with Charm. Actually, no, Steve Duffy, I saw that horse, Blanchpool, when I was doing your yearling videos not that long ago, and I know Duff had a little bit of an opinion of it. I think it might have had a little bit of an issue for a little while, but yeah, that's going to be a really intriguing race there. Race number 9 at Shep. Yep, Heaven's Trend. I thought that. Bruce Edwards and Captain Treacherous. So some well-bred stock in that race. So that was Captain Tom. By betting line out of Inner Spring for the Black Shores. So that horse will be related as well. It's one on the line. And Catalapa Rescue by American Ideal out of Soho Siren for the Shane Sandersons and the Lowrys is the other runner there. That's a horse that actually ran 3rd at Shepparton, sorry, at Swan Hill the other night in that 25-7 class race. So good race, a good race to end the card there at Shep, but quite a few $4,500 races. In fact, it appears that the bookends, first and the last, otherwise the rest are $7,500. Sorry, $4,500. Mark Lee and Stacey Towers with Serengeti Sunrise in the 3-year-old, looking to put more of a down payment on the Manshed. Peter Emirio has also got Sonic Express. Now, I'll be in trouble from Marie Newberry if I've gone past any of hers and haven't got onto it. Must say, Graham Hand hasn't tuned in tonight. One of my better Kiwi friends as well. Quickly going through these, Marie. So if you have got a runner and I've skipped over it, it's because I've gone too far. Brad Chisholm. I don't think he would have had too many runners as a starter, so as a trainer. So interesting little one there. And I think I have either skipped over them or they don't have one going round, but that's okay. 2 in. See, I did skip over it. Good to see you watching, Marie. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to everyone's involved. Had a lot of fun. Just have a bit of fun. Just talking harness racing, please. We can set the agenda. We can talk about anything on this show. The more people that get involved, the more the conversations can vary and range. The Kiwi guys that want to get involved, probably air some of your issues, if you like, comments going forward. Definitely do. I say a huge thank you to all of my sponsors, including Harasta Trotters, the guys at NZB Standardbreds, Woodland Stud, and also the guys from Nutrien. Contribute to a lot of what I do, so thank you very much to those. Thank you very much to the safety specialist for the jackets and everything else like that, and going from there. Alexander Hurley took her time, but Brado gets a winner driving tomorrow because she might be driving too for her, so late to the party, Alex, but that's okay. Good luck to you. And I was in Romsey today, and it was freezing. So it's good to see that she's actually alive, because it is one very, very cold little place. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, as I said, that got involved. Really enjoy having a bit of fun. We'll be back next Wednesday night, hopefully on time, without a horse holding the show up. But thank you very much for everyone that's been involved.